AskReddit by her sign 16. You are given 300 million to make a movie, but it has to bomb at the box office or else you die. What do you make? Someone sitting in a room, hand counting the $300 million dollar bills. But every now and then he loses count and has to start over. LMAO, this is the best one. Every time he loses count, he has to say things like balloon or gosh darn it, and preferably be sweating lightly or something as well. Black Panther remake with an all-white cast. Instead of Wakanda, it's Vakandia and located in the Balkans. Live-action UGR movie with real-time card matches, no CGI and official rule with current ban list. Half the movie is just deck building. Take $295 million as the exec producer and make the movie with amateurs and filmed on a cell phone. Filmed vertically on the cell phone too. Something with a 10+ hour runtime, an enormously complicated storyline, no particular actors of note, and a trailer that's full of long dead jokes. Do the characters spend the first 45 seconds of the trailer screaming WhatsApp at one another? Moving the dot, the story of the Dewey Decimal System. Edit, thank you kind stranger for the gold. Looks like I'm totally going to die. Everyone is interested in seeing this movie. Are you trying to bankrupt Amy Santiago? A live-action adaptation of another manga anime cartoon. Live-action adaptation of WALL-E. I remember a Twitter post saying recreate the Twilight movies, but instead of Robert Pattinson as Edward, it's Kanye West, except he doesn't know he's an actor in the movie. So I'd probably do that. You'd absolutely die. Coming this summer. It's the sequel nobody asked for, and nobody wanted. Super Mario Bros. 2. Same cast, same plot. And X200B. Super Mario Bros. 2 bye. Live action Kailau. How to nuke a child actor's career right out of the gate 101. Guy buys $300 million worth of stuff, the motion picture. Already did it. It was called Brewster's Millions and it did $45 million at the box office in 1985. Way too successful. The Last Airbender 2, with the same cast and everything, except that Iroh is completely cut from the story and Appa has been replaced with a regular donkey. Are you Shyamalan come to finish the job of killing any hope we had for that movie that we don't talk about in polite company? Arnold Schwarzenegger as a struggling elderly man whose life dream is to be a party clown. He eventually becomes a clown and everyone is terrified of him. I would watch that. No idea yet, but it will take at least 50 years to make it. I get the money up front, right? Boyhood II, Manhood. Another Robin Hood movie no one asked for. Christopher Robin Hood. He steals from Pooh and his friends and gives to himself. Paul Blart time traveling through history on a Segway solving all the world's past wrongs. Paul Blart stops WW1, WW2, 9/11, Columbine, his original movies act. Paul Blart, Time Cop. Kevin Spacey playing a guy accused of sexual assault but is innocent. I'd have Harvey Weinstein producing it and playing a cameo of himself. Kevin Spacey as Jimmy Savile in a biopic about how he was really innocent the whole time. Narrated by Bill Cosby. Soundtrack by R. Kelly. Holmes and Watson II. Deleted. Monopoly the movie starring Kevin Hart and The Rock as billionaire brothers that are trying to destroy each other's real estate empires, not realizing the true real estate empire is that of the heart. I could see this being made. And X200B. Sense and Sensibility in Space. Sci-fi fans will hate the period drama and period drama fans will hate the sci-fi. As a fan of both Jane Austen and sci-fi, I will see this 8 times. Hire U-Ball to direct, then just leave him to it and go about your day knowing that you will die of old age. Give U-Ball the rights to Beyond, Two Souls and watch the magic happen. An urban reimagining of A Clockwork Orange starring Jaden Smith as Alex Delage. Funnily enough, a friend and I once sneaked into a fancy downtown Philadelphia party that happened to be a bunch of movie and music and television people. We were dressed okay for us, but we stuck out as disgusting among such fancy and rich people. When people asked us what we did in the business, we'd say screenwriters, and my friend gave the answer above. It earned a lot of strange yet thoughtful looks, so if this abomination gets made in a few years, sorry. Strange and thoughtful looks is what you get from all the high-level specialists. You have to learn diplomacy to stay in any professional game, and that means not saying people their ideas are stupid, cause you may end up working for them in a couple of years. A remake of Mrs. Doubtfire starring Kevin Spacey. Edit. Apparently I can't spell or predict movie trends. Edit to Electric Boogaloo, thanks for the silver. You died. The trick is, hire legit good writers and good actors and film a great movie for $290 million. Then make a terrible recut of the film using bad takes, stand-ins for the famous actors, leaving out important plot points, using test versions of the CGI footage, crappy stock music on synthesizers, etc. Put this version in the theaters under a dumb name, without doing any advertising, and watch it bomb. Then a year later you can spend the remaining $10 million to put the good version of the film, with the right title, in theaters. Make back your $300 million and more in revenue, so this whole exercise hasn't been a dumb waste of time. Deleted. 3 hours of Java programming with an anxious, stoned guy. That's the title. And X200B. Edit. Thank you for making me manually read every comment on this thread. Also for the silver and amp gold, though I wish I just included a PayPal pay me link when I originally posted, just in case. Will it include 45 minutes of Imra googling the same question different ways to figure out how to do something in Java to find out that he could do it simply with standard library features? Harry Potter and the influence of climatic legacies on the distribution of dry and biocrust communities, 2020. Harry Potter fans will buy a ticket to anything that says Harry Potter in the movie title. You have to make it extremely generic and not appealing. Anything too ridiculous will garner people watching it just to dick around. So I'd call it The Man with a Plan. It's a generic action movie. Star a bunch of no-name actors. They have to stop a Russian mob boss from bombing the home of the main character. The main character has one character trait, being a dad. Deleted. A western with Katherine Heigl. A big budget epic adaptation of Finnegan's Wake. Deleted. Just Two Brothers. It's just called Two Brothers. Springtime for Hitler. I had the wrong script, the wrong director, the wrong actors. Where did I go right? An adaptation of To Kill Mockingbird that is about a spy named Mockingbird, played by Leslie Jones, and all the people trying to kill her. She'd have a CGI sidekick who is an anthropomorphic bird named Finch, voiced by Amy Schumer. And it wouldn't be a comedy. Thank you for the gold. Books are useless. I only ever read one book, To Kill a Mockingbird, and it gave me absolutely no insight on how to kill mockingbirds. Sure, it taught me not to judge a man by the color of his skin, but what good does that do me? I'd make a movie so close to being a porno that it gets banned from regular theaters. The Dreamers 2? Why 2 Mama Tambien again? 2.5 hours of the loudest, most piercing screams over experimental noise music with a black screen that flashes the words "fuck you" every 20 seconds. I could make that for free. Keep the 300 mil as pure profit. I can already hear the pretentious film students lauding this as an undiscovered classic from the mind of a tortured genius. Steven Seagal stars in fat martial artist in Russia. So it's a biopic? Always a risk making a deliberately bad film. Still, I think it would be a good idea to commission a comedy, based on whatever was cool last year. I'm thinking emoji movie type idea. Maybe I'll commission Flappy Bird. Do a couple of read-throughs. Any joke that gets a laugh, I'll personally rewrite to make funnier. Sack the director halfway through. After completion, demand arbitrary scenes are cut. I would make the absolute best movie about the life of Martin Luther King Jr. that could ever be made. I make it to where you feel as if you stand next to him as he marches across the Selma Bridge. It would be a move that would make even the most entrenched racist rethink their life. Then I would digitally lighten the skin of the person who played MLK to where they are just enough black to still be considered black and anonymously leak that information on Reddit. Or just hired a white dude and blackface him. I'm sure that would fuck things up. What Women Want, Part 2, starting Bill Cosby. Edit, Zip Zop Zoobity Bop. Thanks for the silver and gold. I think you'd fall asleep for most of it. Edit, thanks for the silver, gold, and platinum. A remake of the Harry Potter series, but everything J.K. Rowling has retconned on Twitter Pottermore is not only in the movie, but made incredibly obvious. Professor Snape was a single mother. I make an animated movie with my friends and call it Doggy Style. We voice all the characters and make it more raunchy and less politically correct than Sausage Party. The main storyline is about an old male dog with a small dong who can't find work. He finds a niche porn fetish for small peepees and goes for an audition. He makes it so big in the industry that he moves on to banging normal porn stars. Adriana Barkick, Peter Jensen, Dillian Barker, Christy Snack, Janice Woofith, etc. You get the idea. I then pay 100 million from that budget to foreign agents to call in threats to anyone seeing the movie opening weekend. No one goes to see it, I live, and it probably becomes a cult classic after its DVD Blu-ray release due to all the controversy. There is a film almost identical to this, but it's not with dogs obviously. Can't remember what it's called but was on Netflix years ago. Ike. The guy's a virgin and wants to become a porn star and has the smallest dick imaginable. We'll try to find the film name. Edit. Film is Bucky Larson, Born to be a Star. Edit 2. Don't watch it. A Harry Potter remake where Harry is a black woman called Hannah and Ron is a buff lady called Ruby and Hermione is a boy called Henry. Everything else is the same other than Voldemort is a drag queen still played by Ralph Fiennes. Edit. Obligatory thanks for my first award. Deleted. Theresa May, the musical. Time traveling zombies that travel back in time to eat themselves, therefore stopping the outbreak before it starts. But alas, them traveling back to stop the outbreak is what caused it. Written by M. Night Shyamalan. Edit. You guys weren't supposed to like the idea. Guess I'll die. Edit. Thank you for the gold. I think you'd die. As the movie. This is from Idiocracy, right? A musical about Hitler. Is it set in springtime? After dying in a car accident, a man has half his brain transplanted into his wife's head so that part of him will always be alive. Things go sour when she starts taking on a split personality and secrets took to the grave aren't secrets anymore. Starring Clive Warren. An epic musical, but all the actors are terrible singers and we do nothing to try and make their voices sound better. It'll be like people trying to sit through a terrible grade school musical production except these actors and their kids. Kids Bop presents Rocky Horror Picture Show. Freddy got fingered too, going deeper. Mommy, would you like some salami? Ken burns the history of paper clips part 1 of 4. The story of man burning $300 million cash.